is up, fiends? We have returned. As of now, I am currently. Oh, excuse me. Keeping my life together. I had to adjust my microphone, make sure I can be heard nice, loud, and clear without having to do too much on my part because that's lame. It's
A
lame when you
pure
have to
soul,
work
Dosha.
hard.
Don't fail me.
Smart. That's the goal. That's the plan. That's what we like to focus on. Okay, now I gotta play scam. Scam. This is what people used to call. Go ahead, scam. They used to call kids this, which is crazy. Oh, look at him. You got a little magic. You got a little magician scam. It's crazy. Look at these children. That's a child. That's supposed to be the children's right. What's up, scam? I'm like, is this what they used to say when they thought a kid wasn't cute? You know what I'm saying? Like, was that shade now? Now you gotta look back going, is this shade?
You're too late, mortal. Its soul will fuel the mortal that I will consume you as well.
You have failed me.
Yep, she failed.
My head.
Cause he hurt, but he alive.
She almost had me.
Period.
Thank you, comrade. Just need a moment to recover. If you hadn't come along, I'll be fine, Stendar willing. I heard her communing with the Lord of Lies. Molag Bal is harvesting souls for some dark plot. He's especially interested in the souls of the faithful. Comrade, grab that book and her notes on the table. I saw her scribbling after speaking to her master. We may be able to learn more about this plot. Learn what this Mortum Vivicus is.
Yeah.
Grab them, then let's go.
Mercen el Champ. Water gunblade doy renero ester. Oh yeah, we not. None of this makes sense. King Clausen. Oh, she can read it. Since the Dark Master's plot was revealed to me, I have attempted to learn more of this weapon he holds so dear. According to historical records, the Mortum Vivicus was a gift from our Lord and Master to the unworthy king of a long-forgotten city. Those unworthy servants stood on the verge of greatness. To their great loss and eternal shame, the fools were unable to accomplish the simple task our Master set before them, and he withdrew the Vivicus from Tamriel. It was lost to the faithful. If the Master's plan comes to fruition, if enough souls can be gathered to his side, the servants of the Lord of Lies would be more powerful than any mere king or queen. Truly, Tamriel would burn in the Master's fire. Wow. Raggedy is your goal, huh? The runes of Akimilze. Rizlav the Righteous. Okay, like all true heroes, Rizlav Larg had inauspicious beginnings. We are told by chroniclers that the springtide night in the 448th year of the first era on which he was born was unseasonably cold, and that his mother, Queen Lenata, died very shortly after setting eyes upon her son. If he were much beloved of his father, King Morris of Skingrad, who already had plenty of heirs, 3 sons and 4 daughters before him, the chroniclers made no mention of it. His existence was so very undistinguished that we hear virtually nothing of him for the first 20 years of his life. His schooling, we can suppose, was similar to that of any spear prince in the Colovian West, with alien tutors to teach him the ways of hunting and battle. Etiquette, religious instruction, and even basic statecraft were seldom a part of the training of a prince of the Highlands, as it was in the more civilized valley of Nibene. There is a brief reference to him, together with his family, as part of the rolls of honor during the coronation of the Emperor Goreus on the 23rd of Sun's Dawn, 1E 461. The ceremony, of course, held during the time of the Alessian doctrines of Maruk, and so was without entertainment, but the 13-year-old Rizlov was still witness to some of the greatest figures of legend. The beast of Anequina, Darlock Bray, represented his kingdom, giving honor to the empire. The chieftain of Skyrim, Kjorik, the White, and his son Hoik were in attendance, and despite the empire's intolerance of all elves, Keimer, Indorel, Nerevar, and Dwemer Dumak, Dwarf King, were evidently there as well, diplomatically representing Resdan, all in relative peace. Also mentioned on the rolls was a young mare in service to the imperial court of High Rock, who was to have a great history with Rizlov, Ryan Durrani. Whether the two young men of about the same age met and conversed is entirely the stuff of historians' fancy. Ryan is spoken of in praising words as a powerful landowner, eventually buying the island of Balfiria in the Iliac Bay and gradually conquering all of High Rock and large parts of Hammerfell and Skyrim. But Rizlov is not heard of again in history books for another 17 years. We can only offer supposition based on the facts that follow. Children of kings are, of course, married to the children of other kings to bind alliances. The kingdoms of Skingrad and Kvatch skirmished over common territory throughout the 5th century until they reached a peace in the year 472. The details of this accord are not recorded, but since we know that Prince Rizlov was in the court of Kvatch 6 years later as husband to Beline, the daughter of King Justinius, it is fair to make an educated guess that they were married then to make peace. This brings us to the year 478, when a great plague swept through all of Cyrodiil and seemed particularly concentrated in the independent Colovian West. Among the victims were King Morris and the rest of the entire royal family in Skingrad. Rizlov's only surviving elder brother, Dorald, survived being in the imperial city as a priest of Maruk. He returned to his homeland to assume the throne. We have some history. Of Dorald, we have some history. The king's second son, he was slightly simple-minded and evidently very pious. All the chroniclers spoke of his sweetness and decency, how he saw a vision in his early years that brought him, with his father's blessing, from Skingrad to the imperial city and the priesthood. The priesthood of Maruk, of course, saw no difference between spiritual and political matters. It was the religion of the Alessian Empire, and it taught that to resist the empire was to resist the gods. Given that, it is scarcely a surprise what Dorald did when he became king of the independent kingdom of Skingrad. His first edict on his very first day was to cede the kingdom to the empire. The reaction throughout the Colovian estates was shock and outrage, nowhere more so than in the court of Kvatch. Rizlov Larik, we are told, rode forth to his brother's kingdom, together with his wife and 24 of his father-in-law's cavalry. It was surely not an impressive army, no matter how the chroniclers embellish it, but they had little trouble defeating all the guards Dorald sent to stop them. In truth, there was no actual battling, for the soldiers of Skingrad resented their new king's decision to give up their autonomy. The brothers faced one another in the castle courtyard where they had grown up. In typical Colovian fashion, there was no trial, no accusations of treason, no jury, no judge, only an executioner. "Thou art no brother of mine," Rizlov Larik said, and struck Dorald's head from his shoulders in one blow. He was crowned king of Skingrad, still holding the same bloody axe in his arms. And that's terrible. And you couldn't just talk to him about it first, like, bro, what you doing? You know that's not what the army about, blah, 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 blah. None of that. None of that was possible. You had to just straight up cut him down. Or was that the plan all along? You know what I'm saying? Like, were you... Okay. It's still less than the one I got now. Now my inventory is full. Ugh. Annoyance! Right. Looks like we got some ways to go. I feel like we in the bottom of Rifted. This feels like this is Rifted. Oh, got up in there already, huh? Gotta stay hydrated, y'all. Got to stay hydrated. Who plays a game with dry mouth? Much less who's
You are
about
the
to
sun
talk
on my
with dry
scales,
mouth.
comrade. You've returned Merrick to us.
He was captured by a necromancer, a follower of Molag Bal.
Molag Bal. May he burn in the glare of 1,000 suns.
Aye.
It's just like him to send an assassin to kill a noble warrior. That's a coward's weapon.
She wanted him for something called the Mortum Vivicus. We found this journal and some notes.
Sooth, the Mortum... what? And I can't make tails or scales of these scribblings. No matter. It's going to take time to decipher this scrawl, but we'll put our best scribe on it.
Is there anything else
You've
I
done
can
a
do?
great service for the guild today, comrade. I look forward to drawing steel with you in the future. If we learn anything from the journal, I'll make sure you hear about it.
They're both for George. Okay. Reduce each hamburger. These are fire. Okay, remove 500 gold worth of bounty on use and also clears all heat. So, you thinking they gonna hunt you down when you get in there? No. Like, I've done lots of bad things that I got away with from this. It's a worthy purchase. No cap, no bap. No bap, no blap, no bap, no bap, no blap, blah blah. Okay. Ah! I really be just sitting here playing.
You've done the guild proud, comrade.
Shut your mouth, your fat face. Your face, your mouth, your face. Please. It's moving, and I want
You've
it to
done
stop.
a great service for the guild today, I'll look for you down the river, comrade. Of course. After action report, yes? Wise choice. Yafnir? Interesting. I'll get in touch with... Not long. Aleph told me you found some trinkets.
Okay. That's that. I'll leave y'all to it on the little island. Okay. No beef. No beef with the crabs, man. Use a way shrine or boat to travel to Army. Wait a minute now. Hold on. Hold on. Don't get me hyped. Don't get me high. Ooh, it's time. It's time. It's time, y'all. It's time for the Dark Brotherhood. It's time for the Dark Brotherhood. First and foremost, it's time to find the merchant. We're going to get our gear. I need all light gear, okay, preferably black. I'm trying to be fleet, you know what I'm saying? Fleeced out, flexing. Ooh. You gonna find me? How you gonna find me? Show like how you gonna find me? How are you gonna find me? Girl, jump on the boat and jump over there. Thank you. Oh my goodness.
Expertly done, Tummy.
Alright. Now it says need to get there.
Ready! Hurry!
Let's see. Where are we supposed to go? Here. Okay. To Dagger. Period. Because we need some gear anyway, so we're going to go ahead and go to town. Get us some gear, because I want all light armor. All light armor, okay?
I think I read about this place in a book from my time.
I need that.
It is quite different from what I
I
recall.
need that fleet.
Perhaps I
need that shit.
misremember. Pay me no
Oh,
mind.
Here's the thing, I forget the thing.
Okay, fur. Let's get on over there. We're not gonna go down to the docks yet.
Watch it now. Master Merrick, where are you?
We're not doing that right now.
Comrade, a word.
Comrade, a word. Ain't doing nothing you talking about neither. Coming around the bend here.
So much.
Someone told me that Duke Sebastian is a werewolf. Can you believe it?
Okay, baby, I can.
The armor I sell didn't.
Yeah, let me see. What you selling? What's this? It's all medium. We ain't got nothing light. I want light armor. The clothes person must have light armor. With a clothes person.
Looking to buy?
Let me see. The grocer, I don't need that. Yeah, she probably got the
My
light
relief-
armor. Let me see. Yeah, she got the light armor. Alright, 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 alright. Let's see. Oh no. For now, it's just gonna have to do. That. And let's put this on. And leave our old life behind. We've done more than enough.
Not much longer now. My relief was supposed to.
Uh-huh. I need gotta get past all of that. Let me see. A mess. Yeah, 'cause I don't want more.
Damn it! Where are the guards when you need them?
In the inventory. Cause it's time to let this life go. Yeah. And let that go. What else he wants to check?
have little time for talk.
Now it's time to hit the docks. We're gonna get some better light from it too. We're gonna mix and match it up. But look at the speed. She was faster. She ain't got all that weighing her down. You know. Just
If you have anything suspicious to report, talk to Captain Arison or Lieutenant Dubois.
got nothing.
What next?
And we made it down the hill. Okay. We're not gonna do that one. Now we get down to the docks. Hey yo, where's she at? Wait a minute. Let's see. Which boat? This boat? This boat? I don't know where that boat just took me. I don't even know where that boat just took me. Okay. I did get where I needed to go. Sorry, y'all, that's ice. Oh no, I gotta go get more beverage. I've got to, because I gotta stay hydrated. The Butcher of Breville. The Journal of Captain Jenna Apinia. I've been called a lot of things during my career. I've received accolades from my friends and allies, been branded with curses and other foul descriptors by my enemies, but no title has been more hurtful and undeserved than the one I carry with me now. The one I'll most likely carry with me to my grave. They call me the Butcher of Breville. The war in Cyrodiil was in full swing when suddenly a new danger appeared to threaten Imperial City. My soldiers were enjoying a much-deserved break from battle when chains fell from the sky. Some claimed one of the alliances had called upon strange and deadly magic to harass Imperial City, while others were sure that one Daedric prince or another was behind this latest indignation. For my part, I didn't care if it was Queen Aerin or Molag Bal. I just knew I had to get the soldiers under my charge away from there as quickly as possible. The goal before me was simple: survive. Not die trying to defend the Imperial City from an enemy we didn't understand. It was to live, to fight another day when victory was more assured. Some call me coward for running as I did, but I saved a full legion's worth of soldiers with my actions. Of course, fleeing from the city as quickly as we did, we were ill-prepared for surviving in the wilds beyond the city walls. We needed to regroup, resupply, and determine a prudent course of action. With these things in mind, I ordered my legion to head south and away from the city. Breville is a squalid little town south of the Imperial City, located on the banks of the Niben Bay. To say that Breville is a poor town is an understatement. The people there would be happy to be risen to that economic level. Now that's mean. They lived in wooden shacks stacked one on top of the other, like skeevers in a burrow. They didn't have much, but what they did have was desperately needed by me and my legion. It was their duty to aid us, for the welfare and glory of the Empire. I explained that quite succinctly to Breville's mayor. and Braville's mayor graciously refused my request. The food stores we have, pitiful though they may be, are vital to the survival of Braville and its people, he explained. Surely you understand why I must say no, Captain, and humbly ask that you and your soldiers move on. To say that the man infuriated me is like saying that the Scald King is only a slightly drunk fool. But I understood his dilemma. If I took the town's food supply, he'd have to watch as half his citizens slowly died of starvation as the cold of winter settled over the town and the surrounding area. The solution was simple, though it grieved me to give the order. My soldiers would have to eliminate half the town's population. That would give the remaining citizens a chance to scrounge up enough food to make it through winter. Oh my God! Here I thought I was helping these pathetic creatures, but did they thank us? No. The rest of the town rose up against us. In the end, we were forced to slaughter a good deal more than half, including the mayor, whom I hold responsible for this entire situation. We gathered up the supplies as well as a number of valuable items to help finance our efforts and took our leave of Braville. It was a few days later when we approached another small settlement that I discovered that word of what happened at Braville had begun to spread, and the story had grown all out of proportion. They were calling me the Butcher of Braville, regarding me as a sort of villain who went out of her way to kill innocent civilians. They know nothing about war and the hard decisions that a commander must make in the field. Would they rather my soldiers starved? How would we protect them and defend Cyrodiil then? It also came to my attention that Queen Aerin had sent one of her damned eyes to track me down, recover the items we acquired, and make me pay for my so-called war crime. I sent the bulk of my legion back to rendezvous with the rest of the army outside the Imperial City. Meanwhile, I took a small squad and made for the Gold Coast. I would face the Queen's eye in a place of my own choosing. Then we'll see whose justice actually prevails. Oh my goodness. I can't believe she did that.
Is it time? Has the Dark Brotherhood finally noticed my impeccable work?
Oh.
I'm ready, Dark One. I swear in the name of... Wait, I should let you talk first. Nothing. Never mind. I thought you were someone else, that's all. Forget I said anything.
She said all that.
It's just... there's something about your eyes. They have a certain look about them. I thought you were... well, I thought you were one of them. Keep your voice down. But yes, I thought you were with the Brotherhood. You've got that look in your eyes. You killed people. Or you will. Just between us, I heard the Brotherhood seeks new recruits. I plan to be one of those lucky few. Rumor has it that if you take an innocent life and the Dark Brotherhood notices, they'll offer you a place in their guild. Think about it. A place where killers are free to pursue their darkest passions. Doesn't it just give you the chills?
Right.
No risk, no reward, my Aunt Ophelia always said. Look, people like us, we need to surround ourselves with like-minded
Girl.
allies. People that will protect us and help us reach our true potential. They're going to notice me, I just know it. I don't want you to do anything. I'm just providing information. Letting you know that new opportunities are available if you're willing to spill a little blood. Don't take my willingness to help out as a sign or anything. I recognized a kindred spirit and suggested a way to satisfy your darkest urges. They'll get you killed if you don't keep them under control. And if you don't find the right allies. Hey, I don't know exactly how they select new recruits. I'm just telling you what I've heard. Maybe you just need to be in the right place at the right time. Like Anvil. Of course, I've also heard they have eyes everywhere, so what do I know? That's one of the best things about the Dark Brotherhood. It hides in plain sight. No one knows where its headquarters is or how many members it has. Yet you can go into any library and read a book about them. It's brilliant, really.
Yeah.
Quite a few, actually. My favorite is The Night Mother's Truth. It describes the origins of the Brotherhood.
I read that
although
one.
it might all be theory and conjecture. But forget the books. Everyone knows the Brotherhood exists, and most people fear them. Fellowship, safety, and security, to name just a few. I understand there's also a steady flow of gold from all the contracts.
Now
And
that
you get
is
to
what
kill
I like
people.
to
Can you
hear.
imagine a better
Run
guild
me
to
that
belong
young
to? Better than picking
coin.
pockets, if
I
you
need
ask
that young
me.
coin. I need that young coin. I need that. I need that.
want you to do anything. I'm just providing information. Don't take my willingness to help out as a sign. No need to be all insulting about it. Just remember that I
I know
understand.
I'm bogus, y'all, but I
That
need to go
mask you
hydrate.
wear every day, the one you're desperately afraid is going to slip one day, you could throw that mask away in the Brotherhood. They want you for who you really are. I'm not one to reveal my sources, but Fat Grakal told me that he overheard Seaworthy Sarala say that there have been some mysterious murders committed on the Gold Coast. To me, nothing says Dark Brotherhood like mysterious murders. Oh, I got that from Margog the Hammer. Buy him a
Okay.
couple of ales and he spouts secrets like a bard spouts poetry. Just the other day, he told me that his cousin Crus killed a baker in Anvil. He received a mysterious visit that very night. You really don't know anything about the Brotherhood, do you?
No.
If they decide you're worthy enough to receive an invitation, one of their dark dignitaries shows up to deliver the news in person. It's kind of creepy, but it's also a singular honor.
Okay. Killing innocent and Anvil. Oh my goodness. Who is this?
You won't see much of Duke Sebastian anymore. He's a werewolf, so they locked him up and threw away the key.
Okay. That's a merchant. Who's that?
I'm rather busy right now.
Oh my goodness. This is hard, y'all, because I'm not a person that does the innocence. Why?
Rahan, even I know not to be so careless. Time sees your infractions forgotten.
That was careless. I mean, it's a smuggler, so it's technically not an innocent.
You there. Wait for a moment, if you would. Pardon the interruption. I've been looking for you. Not me, but I have something for you. A letter. Confidential. Private. I have it here somewhere. Ah, yes. Here it is. Interesting. I'm also supposed to extend a verbal invitation to visit the lighthouse. Odd that they didn't just put that in the letter. Yes, the Anvil Lighthouse, just up the way. The sender ordered me to direct you there after I handed over the letter. I'm glad I found you. After looking for the woman with the eye patch all day, I figured I was in for a late night. Emily Crow? Do you know her? I gave her a letter right there on the Anvil docks. I have
have no idea where she went in such a hurry, but she seemed excited to receive it. Anyway, I have more deliveries to make before I can rest for the day. Farewell.
Okay.
The gods keep you.
Hold, criminal! I don't want to inconvenience you, but I have to ask for your bounty.
Fairly done,
A
Tommy.
lot.
Because they don't even want to talk to me like that because they know at the end of the day I am really her for real, you know. I really been protecting. I don't want to disturb you. Yeah, you don't want to disturb me. You don't want to disturb me. 'Cause I'm really out here protecting the land, okay? And that was a smuggler selling drugs. Hello? Just saying. I still feel bad though. But I'm just glad that the person I ended up doing it to was a bad person. Skulking around in the back. You know, in the nooks and the crannies. A mess. A mess. Yeah, I look like I'm ready though. I look like I'm a little initiate, y'all. Oh, yes. A little initiate. Let's just say exposing a terrible evil. Oh. I have had it up to here with the rogues and hoodlums that have turned our once great city of Kvatch into a cesspool of crime and depravity. And do you know who the worst of the bad bunch happens to be? It's not the smugglers or the bandits or the pirates. It's that nest of vipers, that cult of secrets pretending to be a legitimate business. Oh, some of you have heard whispers, and some of you know the legends, but only I have learned the whole gory truth. And now I plan to expose these brutal fanatics to the bright light of day. Dark Brotherhood, prepare to be revealed as the cowardly murderers you really are. I discovered this unfinished letter among my brother's papers, along with a journal full of evidence, anecdotes, and idle speculation about the supposed religious ascetics who sell their dark talents to the highest bidder. While I can't prove it's beyond a shadow of a doubt, there's no uncertainty in my own mind about the fate of my brother. He didn't die from eating a rotten red mushroom stew. No! He was brutally assassinated by those degenerate cultists who follow the whispers of the night. Oh dear. First my brother-in-law, now my husband. Who knew the men in their family were so fragile, so prone to dying at an early age? But maybe there's more to what happened to the two brothers than the obvious conclusion. We're supposed to believe that two virile, healthy men in the prime of their lives simply keeled over and died while working at their writing tables? I've studied the letter they both began to write, reviewed the damning journal with its tales of murder for hire and dark rituals conducted in the dead of night. I've read it all, and there's only one conclusion I came to. My husband and his brother died of natural causes. There's no such thing as a cult of paid killers operating on the Gold Coast, and anyone who tells you differently will probably wind up just like my beloved husband and his no-account brother. So, to anyone who might read this, I'm burning the journal and putting all of this murder nonsense behind me. Just the same, I probably won't be eating any red mushroom stew for the foreseeable future. Oh.
Come closer and let me look into your eyes. No remorse, no mercy. Yes, you do have the eyes of a killer. How many lives ended looking into those eyes? Enough that the Night Mother has noticed, obviously. Which brings us both to this place and time. Nothing to say? I can appreciate that. I am a speaker for the Dark Brotherhood. I speak with the voice of the Night Mother. We have been watching you. You can deal death, but you lack purpose. We can change that, if you are willing. No? What do you call it? Self-defense? Justice? Did they all deserve to die? How you justify your actions does not matter. All souls belong to Sithis in the Void. We are simply the instruments of their delivery. Come closer and let nothing to say? No? Of course not. But we'll have time for clarity later. First, we need to determine if you're worthy to join the Dark Brotherhood. You take lives easily enough, so we know that you can kill. Now show us that you can also obey. Splendid. We shall see how well you marry business with death. But first, allow me to present you with a gift. I shall teach you how to call upon a particular tool of our trade. I grant you access to the Blade of Woe, sharper than any other dagger you have at your disposal. It shall be your weapon, just as silence is your armor. Wield the blade from the shadows and let its edge send your prey to Sithis. In return, I expect only unwavering loyalty and ruthless efficiency. Now, let us discuss the task before you. A killing that shall form a covenant between us, signed in blood. The Imperial noble, Lord Quintus Gerol, has been marked for death by the Black Sacrament. Your task is simple. Find Gerol and kill him. That isn't a question we ask. Suffice to say, he offended someone enough to get them to perform the Black Sacrament. The Night Mother heard the prayer, and now Gerol must die. This is the task I have set before you. Excellent. The noble's estate can be found northwest of Anvil along the Gold Road. How you perform the execution is up to you. Just make sure Lord Quintus Gerol dies by your hand. Then your initiation into the Dark Brotherhood will be complete. Excellent. The wise traveler asks for directions before the path diverges. Never hesitate to rely on your fellow Brotherhood members once you complete your initiation.
Okay.
I assume you want to know what awaits you at the noble's estate? Killing requires few special skills, but reaching your target? That's the real task, isn't it? High walls, locked gates, and armed patrols protect the estate. There is another way to reach the estate grounds, if you're interested. A series of smuggler tunnels runs beneath the Withered Rose and leads directly to the estate's courtyard. That's the route I would take. And don't forget to bring lockpicks. Gerol is a cautious man. He never leaves a door unlocked behind him. The Withered Rose? A small hostel outside the city. Our lovely mother and daughter own the place, but they've had trouble making ends meet. The smuggler tunnels provide them with an alternate source of income, and they're perfect for your needs.
Indeed. Wow. This is in this lady house. Not a melon. A potato. A bone. Okay. Okay, you're coming right around. It's time to
lighthouse is beautiful to look at, but you couldn't pay me enough to go inside. Too many rumors, Fend. Dark rumors.
Alright. Let's get on over to the estate. Let's get on over to the estate. Oh, oh. Let's get on over. Let's get on over. Oh, oh, oh. Let's get on over. Let's get on over. Oh, oh, oh. Who was that? Oh, I think this is who I took out. Oh, I'm sorry, girl.
I'm rather busy right now.
Well, we're... Okay. Dressage.
This is weary.
What?
Indeed.
Gregorius Votoporix. Votoporix? Votoporix? Okay, wait a minute, let me back up. Let me back up. Right, here we go. To the withered rose. Okay.
Ah!
Right this way. Down the road. I heard riding on a horse bareback is supposed to be painful as hell. Like, it can leave rash on the skin and everything. I'm like, damn. Why is it so cold? You would think it wouldn't be. I mean, they got pretty round backs, you know, but they said definitely in the saddle or not at all. Okay, word. The city
This
of
hostel has been in our family for generations, but it requires an awful lot of work to keep it running. I plan to sell it after
Oh,
Mother
this is the little
dies and
girl.
move to Daggerfall. Oh, please don't tell her I said that. She'd get terribly angry with me.
Okay. You gonna wait till she go and get rid of that money and be free. I know that's right, girl, because this is it's weighing you down. This the mama. Let me see what it say. Today's shopping list: black tar, cairn, bullet cap, Hirata, rot scale, bone marrow, fennel seeds, wisp stalk caps, vampire dust. See that stuff, you dark elf with a stick up his bum about the dust. He's got plenty. Wow. This must be the mama. Oh, can I talk to you? No.
Oh, another distraction.
No, I ain't coming to bother you no more. I saw you can't even talk, so I won't waste my time. Why you just tried it real quick? Rudeness. Y'all love running y'all mouth. Hold on a second. My dearest Ladia, how are you, my dear, sweet lady? I do hope business has improved at the Withered Rose. I've always enjoyed my dalliances at your delightful little hostel, but I understand travel has been diminished through our region of late. It must pain you not to have the number of visitors that once filled your humble home. But worry not. I am a man of my word, as I'm sure you know quite well by now. I shall continue to pay you a handsome
like the
stipend in
desert
exchange for your
sands.
ongoing access to the tunnels that run beneath your fine establishment and lead to the cellars beneath my estate. Who knew that my grandfather and yours once used them to smuggle goods into and out of Anvil? I suppose it's just good fortune that we decided to carry out the old family business. And in case you were concerned, I can assure you that I've extended my arrangement with the governor and her pirates. The gold will continue to flow, just so long as you keep the tunnel secret and continue to allow my associates to have ready access. Oh, and see what you can do about the spider infestation. The pirates complained after they made the last run. And do let that lovely daughter of yours know that I was asking about her. Lucinia is growing up to be a most fetching young woman. Who knows? Perhaps we can work out another arrangement regarding her availability in the near future. I think I'd like that. Lord Quintus Jarl. Wow. That's some wild stuff to say. Yeah, I'll take that. Take gold. Okay, let me see something. Not rabbit. What's in the trunk? Y'all ain't got nothing.
Arcay's beard, she's a looker.
Someone call the guard! There's an intruder on the loose!
Have you abandoned your conscience? Stop this!
Yeah, you get mad when I'm doing stuff. So I'll let you take her out. don't like committing crimes. I might have to get you out my way. Get you out of my way. I'm finna say it anyway. Okay, because you complaining too much. Okay, y'all. Oh, letter from the governor is above. So can I go here? Okay. My dear Lord Jarl, I look forward to our next meeting. I've always enjoyed our working relationship, and I am ever so grateful that you have agreed to allow us the secret chambers beneath her estate for a conversation that needs to remain extremely private. Our guests should arrive promptly by the usual means. Please make sure they are comfortable and see to their every need until I make my appearance, fashionably late, of course. And do try to make sure that Count Carolus and the primate don't throttle each other senseless before I arrive. We have important business to deal with, and I need them both focused on the issues at hand. I don't know how they accomplish anything in Kvatch the way those two constantly snipe at each other. Oh, and on your way down, why don't you bring me a bottle of your family's best wine? You do have to pass by that way after all. Provincial Governor Fortunata. Okay. Nothing. Alright, that'll do it. Alright. Some quiet nights and simple. A contract, isn't it? Watch Commander Pelitus. The new installation Lord Jarl commissioned has been completed. Access to the lower levels of the estate has been concealed and secured by a lock of my own design. The method of passage detailed below should be shared only with those you trust. 3 false wine casks have been constructed to look identical to the rest. One conceals the passage, the other 2 open it. To unlock the mechanism, first identify the cask with lanterns hanging closest to them. Each cask requires 2 knocks upon its face. 2 casks, 2 knocks each. Surely even the most simple-minded of your gods can remember that. If these steps are followed correctly, you will hear the click of the mechanism in the aforementioned 3rd false cask, the one in the western wall that conceals the old passage. It will remain unlocked for a period of time before automatically resetting. If you do not hear the click, I can assure you the fault is not with my mechanism and entirely with your method. Signed, Bellerand, Artificer and Locksmith Extraordinaire. P.S. Burn this letter after you've memorized my instructions. Don't post it up in the pantry like my last client. That defeats the whole purpose. And he left it right there for me to find out. to get rid of my companion and handle this, because he would have been so disappointed in my behavior. Like that. That's a lethal polite takedown, baby. Gotta find him now. Now we got to find him. Stealthy move though, that. Oh, I thought that was a little something. Not the utility sash. Y'all ain't got nothing in here. Wait a minute. That's some. Oh, I'm gonna have to get rid of that. Said that, but I gotta get closer. I'm talking about after the mission, y'all. Sheesh.
I forgot to mention, Primate Artorius sends his regrets, but Cathedral business forced him to remain in Kvetch. He indicates that he will support whatever we decide.
I will anvil with an iron glove, but you and that glorified priest walk all over Kvetch, Count Carolus.
I govern, while Artorius handles spiritual matters and the Cathedral's defender, the Order of the Hour. I have allowed him to patrol Kvetch until the murderer is apprehended.
Haven't the last few murder victims been suspected members of the Dark Brotherhood? Perhaps if we do nothing, this murderer will solve our problem for us.
I refuse to allow a vigilante to freely stalk the streets of my city. That is why I allowed Artorius to expand the Order of the Hour's authority.
If I didn't know
get your assurance that the Order will return to the cathedral once this threat is resolved.
Artorius gave me his word, and I keep mine.
Earn it!
Torch it!
Despite his holy station, Artorius is
Lord Witness, Healers have penetrated the estate. Need to move the three of you immediately.
Don't be alarmed, my friends. Be prepared for anything. Commander, secure the halls. Make sure no one follows us.
Of course, my lord. We'll find the intruders.
Okay, I'm clearly supposed to. It's in the backpack. No. I love a bookcase. I love a bookshelf. There once was the finest lass of royal descent, the fairest Aeladune princess who ever lived, but the place or manner of her death was never known. Princess Uranenia was a daughter, the youngest of 23, to the revered King Uriel, who ruled from his ancestral castle known as Siliceli. Never was a more astute lord than the wise King Uriel, who secured for future generations the power for his family that he himself envisioned in his dreams, steeped in ambition. Both rivals and allies of the amicable Uriel were tethered to his family's fate through the marriages the clever king did arrange for each of his children, the 2 and 20. When it came time for the fair Uranena to wed, suitors did come from lands far and near, hoping to link their names to that of the most illustrious king, but Uranena did not desire to be wed. The lass was of strong will and didn't even dare to defy her honorable and generous father. King Uriel did, with great reluctance, lock his youngest daughter within the tower of Siliceli, there to remain until the day of that wedding, which he did plan. Uranenia's song of lamentation flowed forth both night and day from her locked chamber, until the time did come when the young lass fell ill, and those healers of King Uriel bemoaned that it was not within the power of their art to cure the young woman's maladies. Whereupon that noble king did take pity on the poor princess, allowing her to remove herself from the locked chamber. Then, mystery, for Uranena did vanish, never to be seen again by vision mortal or magical. Buried beneath the soils of Silicesi lie all members of that royal family for generations before and after the good King Uriel, except only the fair princess. Mystics querying souls gone before learned that Uranenia's spirit never voyaged to the sweet shores of Aetherius. Somehow, the peace of the afterlife was denied her, but were her lost remains returned to Siliceli, it is believed the spirit adrift might find its way at last to that peaceful shore. She might also be a vampire, and never died. That's also something too. Think about it, people. Think about it. You have proven yourself worthy of being a champion. Ah, yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm champion level 10. Lanterns prevent you from crouching or reveal you if you are invisible. Crouch outside the lantern's influence to see the area effects. Okay. Still don't know where I'm at. Yeah, we're coming on along. I'm out here real bad. Gotta be some. Oh, we're getting close. Had to hunt this man down. This was a mission for real. Oh, and he got a boss level.
Show yourself, assassin. Or are you another one of those Brotherhood cowards who prefers to strike from the shadows?
Yeah, everybody finna get took down with it right here. Yeah, straight like that. That blade is different. You can just insta-kill anybody with it. I like that. But you gotta line it up right. That's the thing. Uh-huh. And that's done. Period. Ooh. Your character's enlightened and will earn experience towards the next champion. Faded section of your champion bar is your command. You have multiple champion points. Okay, now I need to figure that out.
My pick! You broke my pick!
Here we reap, our mothers weep. It's time for sleep, my boy, my boyo.
Ooh. Girl, what are you talking about? Come here. And now I'll get that chest. Thank you. Yeah, I need that. I need that. Yeah, you can give me those. And I'll take that soul gem. And I'm cool. Now let me get in there. Hold on. Ah. feeling brash and brassy, adopt the swaggering attitude of a cocksure killer, and show the world that death and danger are your bread and butter. Acquired by traveling to the Gold Coast for the first time. Okay, right, and let's see. Right, let's preview. Ooh. Oh. Yeah, we're gonna stick with what we got. And that's me idle. One of those, for real. Yeah. I just need me some dual daggers to make it look real, you know. I probably just honestly equip one dagger. No more dual wielding, you know? Right. Let me go to my inventory. But what I got is 4 dual wielding. Yeah, let you go. I'm on light armor now. Let you go. Yeah, see, it's time. And we can just let those go. And that works so much better. That's a look. That's a vibe. Yeah, the black pants. Yeah. Yeah. It's time to go speak. Wait a minute. Is that? Oh. It looks like carrots. Ooh. I wanna get sippy. Come on. I never wanna play with y'all. I never really wanna play with y'all. Never wanna play with y'all. Ooh. She was about to do that. Cut it out. Okay. Now it's time to get our little buns on over to the speaker. And let him know that the job has been done, honey. We handled that. That was a mission for real, too. He really had us in the nooks and the crannies, skulking around in the backlogs, you know? It was very much giving Assassiny. What the hell is that? Oh, wow. But it looks like a little human. Did one for you, girl. Yeah. Take her down. Now, how she still do that? Go lay down. Not the off-key outlaw. Sorry,
Set it ablaze!
Yeah, I'll get on. nothing. The antelope is empty. Okay. We need to get in this castle. See, I hate when they make it look like they gave you a little road. Ain't no road right here. We gotta come around the bend all the way. See, this lets you know, yeah, here it comes. See, they just put a little thing right here, let you know you're on your way to the main road. Or that you're on the main road, I guess. On your way to the city.
We'll find gainful employment, Kirith. We just
Hold,
need
criminal!
to keep looking.
Please, this doesn't have to get ugly. Just pay your bounty, and we can both walk away. Gods, that was easier than I thought.
Yeah, I'm an upstanding citizen. Yep. Need to have that out. We done did that for a minute. We could bring the companion back too, because we done been handled this mission. Hold on, see, look, this her pose. So you gotta stand, and you know what this is? This is called loose battle ready. You know, you have all of your muscles contracted. So like if you was to, you know, get attacked or something out of nowhere, you would be able to protect your body from, you know, mitigate some of the damage from it. And then loose hands. You see how her hands are kind of loose, but her hands are like ready in case you need to, you know, whip out a blade. So I really like this pose. The thing with it though is, unless you running, like if you running regular, look at how they make you run. Like who running like that? Yeah, she was out. Oh, look at that. We passed all around the little lighthouse, Lord. Yeah, come on. So we can get up in there quick. Quicker. Let me on in the door. Oh, it's packed up in here. Look at all these folks in here. And they just got her laying there. That's so reckless. Look at that one. Look what she got on. Wait a minute, where you get that from, girl? You look good, girl. Wait, yo, hey, I want to zoom in on her. She got the cape on with the punctured collar. She said, "Yeah, I got my booty shorts on with the boots, with the high crossovers, you know, the lace ups, you know." She look good. She look good. Look at that. Look at that. She said, "Let me step in the light for you, yo." Period, sis. Thank you. That outfit was fresh. That outfit was clean. Yeah, let's talk to him.
We know that Quintus Gerol is dead.
Well, I imagine.
The Brotherhood has eyes everywhere. You have done well. The covenant is sealed, signed in blood. Welcome to the family, sister. We have been watching you for a long time. Killing the nobles simply sealed our covenant. Now you need to meet your brothers and sisters. I will send you not far. It's the reason I summoned you to the Gold Coast. There is much work to accomplish here, and you will be a part of that. The Black Door will pose a question. What is the flavor of fear? Reply, sublime, my brother, and the sanctuary shall be open to you. Once inside, seek out Astara. Of course. Since the formation of the Dark Brotherhood, our shadow has stretched across... Not that it concerns you, but Vardenfell continues to be a source of... irritation. I am the voice of the Night Mother. She conveys her will to the listener, who then passes it on to one of the 4 speakers of the Black Hand to carry out. The Black Hand, the instrument by which the Night Mother rules the Dark Brotherhood. It consists of 1 listener and 4 speakers, 4 fingers and a thumb. Never more, never less. The Black Hand oversees the sanctuaries, among other duties. Just a little business I had to attend to. I do like to keep my dagger sharp, as it were. Her family had certain documents and presumed to make allegations that might have embarrassed the Brotherhood. The Brotherhood isn't that petty, but we do have certain obligations to uphold. I gave her the greatest gift of all, solace. Just as you gave the same gift to Lord Jarrell. And there will be many more gifts to grant before your work is done.
Into the sanctuary. I have not seen one yet. I'm very excited. I would love to see what it looks like in the game, because the way that it looks in Skyrim versus Elder Scrolls is probably going to be a little bit different. In Skyrim, you know, you got the black horse and everything. You know, it was cool. That's kind of why I wanted this first. They little monies. They got their little munties. Let me see something. Come on now. There we go. Oh, we got a ways to go. Okay, but we on our way. Give me the horse.
Yeah.
Wait a minute, hold on, what's that? Big pimpin'? You thought you was just gonna be able to get me? You need to be down. Oh, so y'all look at them, looking like they in the Pride Lands. Yeah. This is all similar, but it was something else. And it's got it. No, I just want to walk. I just want to walk, guys. I just want to walk. Okay, look what she got on. And I like, okay. With that hairstyle, I don't know about it. A star
You must be the
humiliates-
new initiate. The speaker
Indeed.
sent word that you were on your way.
Okay.
I'm the matron of this sanctuary. Obey me without question, and I'm certain we'll get along just fine. And this is for you, shrouded armor, the uniform of the Dark Brotherhood. You're one of the family now. You might as well look the part. And since you showed such expertise with the Blade of Woe, take this as well. I expect great things, Initiate.
Thank you.
We are all brothers and sisters, children of the Night Mother and our dread father. Even lone assassins need a family. Introduce yourself to the others. They can provide advice and information, even support for your more challenging contracts.
Okay.
Eager, are you? That's good. Then go and talk to Elam Drawls. He handles lesser contracts for the new initiates. Prove yourself to him, and more interesting assignments will follow. Welcome to the family. Explore the sanctuary, meet the others, at least the ones currently at home. I believe Green Venom Tongue, Kor, Hildegard, Mirabelle, Simbar, and Tannic are available. When you're done, Elam should have a new task for you to accomplish.
Okay. How do...
Where did you... Oh, they were discussing that at the noble's estate, were they? Bastards.
Mm-hmm.
It's true. Someone has been killing our brothers and sisters. When the hunters become the hunted, it's like the world has gone askew. We're investigating the matter.
Of course.
It's not
you are.
unusual for our
That's
past.
what you sound like police, girl. We
investigate.
investigate. We investigate.
We'll learn the
Okay,
identity
okay,
of this
okay,
killer.
okay.
And then there will be a reckoning. True. Few have the audacity to openly oppose us, but there are many who would love to see the Brotherhood abolished. This feels different. Stay vigilant. A little ambition is good for the soul, but only a little. Complete the contracts assigned to you. It's as simple as that. Every life you send to Sithis pleases the Night Mother and raises your profile. Complete it. We'll trust you with more difficult contracts, assign you more high-profile targets. The awards are greater, and we'll ask you to help with matters of importance to the Brotherhood. But don't get ahead of yourself. Start with Elam's contracts first.
Sounds good. I'm in there. Oh, yeah. And then I'm going to do the Thieves Guild right after that. I just feel like that would probably be... I'd probably be better at sneaking. You know, if I did the guild, the Thieves Guild first, but it's more fun. Okay, hold on, y'all. Okay, warfare, fitness, craft. I'm confused. Okay, right, craft, let's see. like I need a lot of champion points to get some stuff done. You know, sound like I don't got a lot of stuff here. Says I already got 4 of these. Oh. Oh my goodness. Okay, right. What's this? Doesn't look like I have much. Okay. So, y'all called me in here for what? What y'all got me in here for? Seems like I really need to get my points up. Okay. Now let's go to inventory. I guess we're keeping those on. Look a mess. Why can't they give me some good armor? Black fit, you know, some cute. I don't know what they got going on where they steady putting in all this brown and shit. I'm over it. That's the best thing they put out. Created by combining 50 scaly cloth scraps from the silent halls in Blackwood. That's the best looking look. I wish I could get that in black. Where y'all black stuff? Where, no, ain't nobody doing black. Y'all ain't got nothing. Man, come on, man. Turbo. It's turbo. Nothing. Yeah. Ha! I guess shrouded armor it is. supposed to use 2 reagents and a solvent. Go. And we got a book, The Glint in the Night, by Maxacaran, dealer in rare antiquities. Of all the tools available to an assassin, one weapon truly stands out as unique to the brothers and sisters of the Dark Brotherhood. Known as the Blade of Woe and obliquely as the Night Mother's Kiss, the otherwise simple dagger is a symbol of their order and icon of their dark patrons. The dagger, named for the apocryphal blade wielded by the Night Mother when she supposedly sacrificed her own children, is made available to the devotees of the Dark Brotherhood to carry out their grisly work. I have heard conflicting reports that the entire Brotherhood somehow shares a single blade and that each individual weapon is crafted upon the pattern of the original. I suspect the latter is closer to the truth than the former, but the legend persists. The Blade of Woe, sacred to the Dark Brotherhood's patron deity, the Dreadfather Sithis, supposedly contains a special power to send the souls of those it kills directly to the void. My own studies of similar artifacts have found no evidence of any such magicka. It's possible only a follower of Sithis can invoke these alleged properties, but I find it more likely that the blade simply holds special religious significance to its wielder, but no practical application in these regards. And since the victim of the Dark Brotherhood meet their ends in every way imaginable, including by poison and sabotage, they must believe at least that every death they inflict somehow finds its way to Sithis. Given the secretive nature of the Dark Brotherhood, acquiring information is all but impossible, and research on the subject is suspect at best and extremely hard to come by. I hope that by bringing this topic out into the open, other diligent scholars will investigate these mystery killers and help to remove the shroud of mystery that surrounds their beliefs and act intentionally cut off here. Oh. Well, we know what that could mean. That's who we're supposed to go for missions. I don't want to talk to him yet. I want to get to know folks. I want to see the peoplers. Right, where's the peoplers? Where's the people? It's so empty in here. Okay, and they got the book. Okay, ain't nobody in there. Ooh. A kiss, sweet mother. So you wish to summon the Dark Brotherhood? Mm-hmm. Alright, y'all. Well, hold on. I'll be back.